I got a crazy story about N'Golo Kante.
All right.
Right. My details are kind of hazy, so I'm gonna give you like the general story, and like I can send you all the link for the article later on or something. Basically, this guy has been like basically like taken advantage of by man's in his hood, right? In a sense that like there was a point,
village.
He's in the village, bro. He's from France. What do you mean his village?
I was so anti-black. I was
hold
crazy.
On. Hold on. He grew up in
Save
France.
yourself.
Born in France, bro. He's born in the hood. One of the hoods.
He was born in France. Wallahi.
I didn't think he was born in France, bro.
Yeah.
I thought he was on a Sadio Mane type thing. You know what I'm saying?
No, Sadio Mane is from Senegal. Like he's from Senegal.
From a village.
He's born in Paris. Like no, like he's
this whole time I thought he was on refugee status. Wallahi.
That's what I'm saying. Why he look like that? Like, why he?
What are you guys doing to him, man?
No, why he move like that? Am I tripping?
First of all, what's his actual background? What's his background?
His actual ethnicity?
Yeah. Nobody knows. I want to guess like New Guinea.
Parents are from Mali.
I'm googling right.
His parents are from Mali.
Where?
Okay,
Mali.
Y'all know what I'm talking about, though. Come on now. Y'all know what I'm saying.
Are you guys claiming that or no?
This is news to me. Wallahi. This whole time I thought he was from, you know.
Are you guys claiming that?
Mali?
In terms of black?
Yeah. No, Somali.
No.
Oh, he's Mali. Like he's West Africa.
I understand that. But I'm saying
we're not claiming that.
I don't know you guys' rules. Okay.
Those rules are crazy. Damn, that's crazy. Y'all claiming Romans?
No part of this.
Never mind.
Bro, he literally moves like
delete.
Yo.
Delete.
He literally moves like he's from Mali, bro.
We talk about too much online.
Like not France.
We showed about too much.
I'm good. That would cause problems in our household.
No, honestly, not really. Wallahi, surprisingly, these guys are low key. They're honorables, but they don't. They're like with the with the what's his name?
Bleep, please. I want to go back home one day.
Well, I push that in, by the way. All I is staying.
Why no? Please.
I personally don't care.
They can come for me. What you mean?
It's funny. I have no idea what y'all talking about. So,
bro, I'll cut this part out, but I asked them if they claim Oromos. There's a whole Ethiopian Oromo beef.
I know about that beef.
Oh, it's heavy.
It's a big beef.
Heavy. It's crazy.
Anyway. Keep going. My bad. He from Mali, but he born in France. But okay, come on.
Yeah. So basically, bro, there's a point, and even like I'll give you like one of the shocking things was like there's a point where he gets pulled into a car by some guy from his hood. The guy from his hood puts a gun on his knees and tells him, "Bro, if you don't fire your agent, I'm gonna shoot your knees out." Like that's the type of stuff that's happening around him.
In his hood in France.
In his hood. So basically, this guy.
Career or
this
is like I think when he was either at Leicester or Chelsea.
Damn.
He came back.
This is way back.
It's like 2017 something. It's not that like it's not far back. Like
okay. Hey.
Basically, what's happening around him is like he grew up in the hood, and he's a quiet guy. Doesn't personally get in trouble, but people around him, because he's from the hood, naturally get into trouble, right?
Yeah. And
he just like got involved with like an agent came into his life that kind of was like strong arming deals and stuff, right? And like they're taking massive cuts off of him, like agent cuts, and like he has one guy from his hood that's like his friend, but it's a guy that's just taking advantage of him. You know what I mean? And they're making these business deals, and he doesn't even know really what's apparently the way the article paints it, at least, is like he's not 100% certain on what's like exactly how much they're taking and whatever it is, and then he's just going along with it so that his family's okay. Like he doesn't want trouble. That's at least how the article's painting the situation. But it's a crazy article. It's like good, like a good read. But I'll send y'all, bro. The guy's basically being like strong armed by these mans in his hood, and he doesn't have like an out.
That's pretty crazy. I feel bad for him, you know. But once you win the World Cup, you can't talk to the president and tell him, yo, listen, pardon me, like, you know, like there's some shit going on. I mean, call the police, call the federal police. Like, what's going on?
I don't know. The way it's worded is like he just doesn't want trouble because like he has his family, right? That are from that neighborhood and stuff. So I don't think he wants trouble. He's just trying to like mind his business. But that's the way that they paint the article.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's crazy. Why does none of this surprise me though? I feel like this is a common story with
French. With French,
like, especially Paris.
Bro, France is one of the most dangerous places in the world, especially Paris. Like, it's not a safe place.
Yeah. Sorry. No, didn't we hear something similar with Adebayor too? Like, I think Mo, you mentioned it before, if I'm not mistaken. Like,
no, it was his parents. His family was like, they wanted money. They kept saying, "Yo, send us money." And like, if he didn't send his money, he's like, his mom, like, I think one time he didn't send his sister money or something, or his brother money, and his mom like disowned him or something. He's like, "You're not my son."
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Happy with Benzema, bro. It's another man.
That's true. That's true.
In the ends all the time.
There's also another article. So this is from Barstool. Nantes manager Antoine Cambare has dropped Jean Hadjam from the squad today. This is due to the player refusing to break his Ramadan fast on match day, despite receiving a direct request from the coach himself. So the coach asked him to not fast. And the player said,
wow.
Why would I do that? And then the coach dropped him.
What team is
this? Nantes in France.
Yeah, okay.
So their name isn't too far from what I think they are. So I'll just leave it like that.
Yeah, I didn't want to mention that.
Leave it at that.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy how mainstream media didn't really pick this up because I definitely didn't hear this.
No?
And I got my notifications on, so I don't know. That's crazy to me.
Got the RSS feed going.
For real. Hey, yo, Big Fish. Start the ting, blood. Run the intro, man.
Welcome to 11 on 11 Tuesday. Introducing to your big four up top, ARF, aka two-leg tackle, aka Brexit football.
This is Tiki-Taka football, Guardiola football.
Next up, Mr. Talent ID, the man, the myth, Ace.
He was never that good. He was never that guy. I'll be honest with you.
New signing, 2023 season, Lee the Legend.
Ace, why you on this case, bro? Back up, bro.
Lastly, our big man up top, Mo Salah.
I got time today, brother. I got time today.
Every Tuesday.
Big shout out to the young brother Ali Ahmed. His first starting debut for the Whitecaps first team. His first full debut in the Major League Soccer, the MLS, and he had a goal and an assist.
That's crazy.
And listen, I'm not gonna say my talent ID is that good, but he was designated as a wingback in Division 2. He was playing as a wingback. He plays as an 8, goal and assist.
That's crazy. That's actually crazy.
And he was fasting. I think the game was at like 10 p.m. So it wasn't like that bad, but he was fasting during the day. He ended up performing in the evening. So shout out to our brother Ali.
Shout out to him, man. MashaAllah, bro. That's what you call taking your opportunities, man. You see, your coach puts you out of position, what you are accustomed to, and you perform like that, man. That's levels, akhi, man.
Yeah.
But I think from what I'm hearing from a lot of the guys in the community, in the group, they are not surprised that he put a performance like that, wallah. I was talking to H yesterday. He was like, bro, if you really watched him play the way he was playing yesterday, like none of it surprised me because I knew he was going to score an assist. But yeah, man, shout out to Ali. But let's move on, boys. We got a lot to talk about. First, let's talk about Chelsea. Big news came out an hour ago, literally right before recording. Mr. Graham Potter has finally been sacked. I don't know. Thoughts, Mo? I have no idea what you're saying, man.
No, just ISO Mo. Take it away. Tell us your thoughts about the whole situation.
My stance has been like the same all the way through was, yo, you don't fire him. Just give him the end of the season. Like, just see what happens. This season's a wash anyway. Once you fire Tuchel, it was a wash. The results kept getting worse and worse. He never really picked it up. He had a blip there when he beat Dortmund. like where he was on a 3-game winning streak, and like it looked like he was on the way up. But ultimately drew with Everton, and then now lost against. I don't even care. We lost against some team we should have beat. But basically, he should have been playing better. He should have got the team playing better. And I think the only reason he got fired is we're going to hire Nagelsmann. There's no way you fire him at this point. That's the reality. Go on. Otherwise, what are you firing him for? Like the results at this point, we're not going to get relegated. Champions League is unlikely we win anyway, even with I think any manager. I don't think I don't think the team's ready to win the Champions League. But who knows what
that's surprising.
I was 8-8. But the season was a wash anyway. You just keep him and you reset. Hopefully he starts well next season. If not, but either way, he's gone now. And rightfully so. So I don't feel bad that it's gone at all. I felt bad when Tuchel was gone. I thought that was a terrible decision. This one, I think it's a good decision in the sense that, especially bringing Nagelsmann in.
Wait, Mo. Do you think Nagelsmann is any good?
I mean, yeah.
For this Chelsea team, do you think Nagelsmann is the one?
I don't think he's the one. Tuchel was the one.
So is he a caretaker then?
No, he's going to be head coach. I think like that's going to be.
Like, no, I understand that. Coach. But is he gonna be hired just for like the end of the season until you guys find like your next big manager, or is Nagelsmann?
I think he is the next big manager.
But that's what I'm asking you. Do you think he can be that next big manager in this Chelsea team?
100%.
Oh, come on.
Well, there's another guy who got fired recently too. That's available at the moment.
Don't say the name.
No, not that name.
Don't say the name, Arf, please.
Another one who coached Tottenham not too long ago, who won a league title with Chelsea.
I don't want Conte back.
Really? I'm surprised you saying this.
The reason I don't want him back is he's known for wanting experienced players and not really working on a project. He wants to win now all the time, and we bought a whole bunch of young players. I don't think you bring him in this project.
But do Chelsea have the patience to bring a coach in that's willing to work on this project? Because Graham Potter, that was the project. 5 years, 5 year deal.
How long we kept?
20 million.
We left him right now?
That's what I'm saying. So that's
how long he had an opportunity right now to kind of get things together.
But Mo,
that's true.
Like, give me an explanation on this. What is the point of firing a coach April 1st, April 2nd, or whatever? Like, yeah, but what is he gonna achieve that's different from this? From like if you got him in the summer?
I have an answer.
You just give him an early start on like setting his idea on the
Champions League.
What the hell are you talking about, Arf?
Champions League. They're in the quarterfinals, right?
Nagelsmann.
See, this whole Nagelsmann thing, I don't know. Maybe by the time this episode comes out, maybe he does sign.
Wait. So Arf, you're saying these players are good enough to win the Champions League?
Absolutely. They definitely have the squad to win the Champions League. Chelsea?
This has not been your tune the whole year. This has not been your tune the whole year.
Listen, I'm realistic. This Chelsea squad definitely have the squad ability to win. Bro, they've done it in the past. They finished 10th place and won the Champions League. They've done it twice.
The past doesn't matter. We're talking about right now.
We didn't finish 10th the second time. And we dominated that second time.
It was 10th place, no?
No, we finished 3rd that year.
That doesn't matter.
Okay, never mind. Yeah. No, the second time, yeah.
And we dominated the Champions League.
What on their team is making you feel like they can win the Champions League?
The talent. Simple as. There's one too many talent in there that once it gets meshing well, they're good to go. And also the mentality as well. I heard Pulisic talking about it. He's like, y'all really don't believe we can win the Champions League? Because I'm pretty confident. Last time around, we were performing too well, but we ended up winning a Champions League. So I think that's maybe one of the reasons that Bowley looked at the sacking is like, maybe if I do bring in a new coach, I could possibly win another Champions League. Who knows?
No.
Maybe I'm just being too optimistic for Chelsea, but I've just seen it happen before. So
I think he saw opportunity. He said, if I wait till the summer, maybe I don't get Nagelsmann. I feel like he already negotiated with Nagelsmann, and he said, hey, look, I'll fire Potter. I'll hire you right now.
No, listen. I just have to stop right there. So Julian Nagelsmann, he came up through the Leipzig, through the Red Bull ranks, and he was playing expansive football that no one's seen before. He had so many brand new ideas that he was showing the Bundesliga, and it looked great to watch. The players were playing well. You know, a lot of the players that were playing, they were being sold for high wages or for big fees. So everything was working well, right? From there, he goes to where? Bayern Munich.
Right.
What happens at Bayern Munich? There's a lot of personalities, right? And that's a team, for all the big teams, I think that's the most cohesive of the big teams because you have to buy into the Bayern philosophy, right?
They're also the most demanding.
They're the most demanding. Yes. I agree. They're very demanding, but it's also a team where I feel like there's a lot of senior players that can help you there. There's the Neuers, there's the Mullers, there's whoever was there when he got the job, right? So he got the job and he got sacked when he was winning. What does that tell you? Bayern usually don't make too many coaching errors. What does that tell you? I think that Nagelsmann, he's a good coach. He's a good experimental coach. He's not a top class manager that Chelsea, especially Chelsea. If he was going to a team like Tottenham, it would make sense. I don't see any difference between him and Pochettino. I really don't.
You realize Bayern fired a guy like Ancelotti.
Yes.
And they fired Nagelsmann.
And they won the Champions League.
I don't think, my point is, I don't think that's indicative of them saying you're not good enough as a coach for they could be world-class managers and just be like, you're not winning 5 trophies now, you're out. Which is not
okay, but that's the same expectations you guys have.
Look, he came after Hansi Flick, who set a standard. He's won 6 trophies. That's never easy to come back to come back from. He didn't perform as well as Hansi Flick, but ultimately, you're not gonna win 6. That's not normal.
Let's keep this to Chelsea though. I think Todd Bowley I like him, but he's severely mistaken if he thinks that the talent is good enough and the coach isn't. I don't think Graham Potter and Nagelsmann is going to change the end results of this Chelsea season with the talent they have right now. It's not.
I don't necessarily disagree with you, but here's the thing, man. We were easy for any team to beat at this point, and I saw there weren't there was games where he played better, and it looked like, okay, this could be the Chelsea team. But then there's a lot of games where it's like, you look like there's no ideas. It just looks bad.
I mean, he's thrown how many players into the mix though on his roster?
He's tried it all.
Look how many players that's been gone and left and came all within the however many months he's been here.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, it was an impossible task. I think the performance right now, he's being a little scapegoated. I never rated him as high as maybe you did, Mo, but we'll see where. I'm sure he's going to get another job, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Apparently Leicester's the next move.
Hold up. Before that, what do we think of Mushrik's performance?
Who?
Bro, what's up with him, man? I honestly don't get it. I honestly
don't get it, bro.
Is
that his first name?
No, he's making Mudryk into Mushrik.
I see what you're doing.
My bad. It's just the airwaves. You guys didn't hear me.
But I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. I was watching the game, and bro, he looks
bad. He looks bad.
Very lost,
bro. Potter was a striker.
But everybody at Chelsea, I don't know why, they just look so selfish. No one's playing for each other. Nobody. And in a system like that, when you get that one chance, you could pass it or you could just do the hero shot. And if you score, okay, I got the fans off my back. I got the haters off my back. So that's what I feel like a lot of what's going on.
Bro, ultimately, the thing with Potter too, I think that's kind of got him fired is when you look at the way every time he made subs, a lot of his subs didn't work. Whatever they did, a lot of his halftime things, they came out worse at halftime. So I don't know what he was doing in-game adjustments. I don't know. It just would the team would play worse, right? This game we dominated possession, right? Yeah. But it didn't go anywhere. And then he brought on 4 different players. Ultimately, at the end of the game, you have Choa at left center back and you have Reece James at right center back. That doesn't make any sense to me.
But I do think a lot of these results came down to player individual bad responsibilities, for example, this game, Kepa should have saved the second goal. Cucurella should have done better in the first goal. Graham Potter can't fix that. And Kai Havertz should be finishing a lot of these chances.
Koulibaly's diabolical.
I'm not giving an excuse. The only player that's played better under him than last season was Kai Havertz. That's the only player, and Kepa. Those are the only two players.
You just said the talent's good. So why are you talking about the players?
Look.
What do you
Gallagher got worse. He was Crystal Palace player of the season. He looks worse. Cucurella was Brighton's player of the season. He looks a lot worse. Koulibaly came from Napoli. Yes, he wasn't at his peak when he was leaving Napoli, but he doesn't look as good. Thiago Silva got injured. Conte's been injured. Chilwell looks like he picked up form. He doesn't look like he missed a beat. Reece James doesn't look like he missed a beat. Pulisic has been injured. Who else is on this squad?
Ron.
Jorginho looked bad when he was with him. Eventually, he got sold.
Still looks bad.
Kovacic,
we'll talk about it later.
Mount looks terrible with him. Like most of the players other than Kepa and Kai Havertz did not respond well to him. Everybody looks worse than they were.
Safe to say, like based off Chelsea's current standards and the current standards of the last regime as well, he deserved the sack. But if you give him a 5-year project, I just don't get why sack him now.
Because Nagelsmann, they're hiring Nagelsmann. That's the only reason.
What's the difference between the two? Somebody tell me.
Nagelsmann took a Leipzig side and made them title contenders.
How long ago was that?
Right.
With a lot of money.
It's okay to take the underdog. So did Potter with Brighton. What do you do with the big team?
They were never title contenders.
Yeah, but with Leipzig, there was a lot.
With Bayern, they were still first in the league. They just didn't like the Champions League exit,
barely.
That's why he got
barely first in the league. And
also,
you're not sacking him because of that one exit. Go on.
Also, Brighton. You look at Brighton when Potter left, De Zerbi took over. They're still performing.
Mm-hmm.
Now they left Leipzig. They're not as good. They've regressed.
Well, they took their players too, so there's a difference.
All their players, and their coach,
everything,
and their captain, Sabitzer, Nagelsmann, and Upamecano, and their coach.
Yeah,
you took the spine and the coach. But
I mean, Brighton. They lost Cucurella. They lost Graham Potter, and they're still looking like they're firing.
No, listen. I hear your point. I'm just very skeptical about Nagelsmann. I don't think he's the right appointment, but time will tell.
I'm seeing a headline right now. Graham Potter says he's going back to school.
Where, Hogwarts?
Yeah, he's going back to school. He's going another degree. He needs another degree.
Going back to Hufflepuff. He's definitely a Hufflepuff.
He's doing another degree, another one. He needs another one.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk United. Big loss for them today. Possibly might cost them top 4 finish. United lose to Newcastle 2-0 today. Thoughts on the game, boys?
Hold on. I have a question before that. Ten Hag has how many points at this point in the season? 50.
You're talking about the team themselves?
Yeah, and in the table he has 50, right?
50. Yep.
Were we saying that Ragnick was doing a good job at this point in the season, or were we saying, it's a bit shaky?
People didn't like Ragnick.
It was shaky. I mean, what position were they in this last year?
I got you.
If you want to check that, but I feel like the temperature at the club wasn't really that well. There's a lot of turmoil, right?
No, there was no smile. There's a lot of smiles right now.
There's a lot of smiles, but how many points do you guys think Ragnick had at this point?
34.
Take a guess, Mo. Take a guess.
I'm gonna say 53.
No, Arf.
I think it was in the 40s.
You think it was more, Mo?
I think it was in the 40s, if I'm not mistaken. I can't find it right now.
Ragnick had 47 points at this point last season, and Ten Hag has 50. I just wanted to bring that up. I just thought it was an interesting point.
You know why I don't like that?
I'm hating. Let me be
I hear you. I'm all for the hating, but the reason why I don't like that is because each season is that season. Like 99 points this season, it may be like enough to win the league, but in other seasons past, it may not be. It's just everything lives in that season. So that's like missing context. Like, so 47 points now would mean that you're in, let me see.
They were
40. You'd be in 6th right now.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I hear you.
Season 2.
Yeah. No. I hear you. But then with that same logic, people say, Arsenal are only doing good because other teams are doing bad, but it's always in the context of the season, right? So That's just the point that just came to the top of my head. But back to the game.
Hey, hold on.
Let's go back to the game.
Hold on.
All right, you guys are talking about Arsenal.
Hold on. 28 minutes? Ace? Arthur hasn't mentioned Arsenal once.
Come on, man.
Bro,
I'm doing my part for the badge. I'm doing my part for the badge.
Listen to this. Liverpool.
Doing my part for the badge.
Last season, at this point last season, Liverpool they had 63 points. Okay. This season, right now, they have 42.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with what I said.
Last season,
absolutely
Chelsea
nothing
had
to do with what I
51
said.
points at this point in the season. Okay. This season, Chelsea are at 38. Let's look at Tottenham. Tottenham are 49.
You want us to feel bad because you guys suck? Like what? What the hell?
No, but you're missing all the points.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about United. What happened here?
I don't know, man. Mo wants to hijack the episode.
Jay might be right. We might need a United representative.
I said circle back.
He's trying to slip something in there, but no. Look, United today was not pretty. Honestly, the game should have ended. What did it end? 2-0.
It was 2-0. Should have been more.
It should have ended like 5-6-0. They're really lucky.
The penalty show. The penalty show. Definitely a penalty for me. And if United went on to drew that game, I think that would have been a very tough point for Newcastle to go away with because, they were definitely in the ascendancy the whole game. They were dominating. I didn't see any United player really put themselves out there. Very shameful away performance. And if you guys remember what I said a couple episodes ago about who did United beat, I think I was referring more to their away record. So let me just clarify that. Sense. So against the top 9 away teams, currently in the top 9. So they've lost to Newcastle, they've lost to Brentford, they've lost to City, they've lost to Villa, they lost to Liverpool 7-0, and they lost to Arsenal.
Yeah.
That's 6 away losses against big opposition, right? Sorry?
Yeah.
It's not a terrible group to lose to.
It's not a terrible group, but you can't be any good if you're not beating the top opposition away.
If you want top 4, you gotta beat somebody. You gotta
get at least 3 of those. You gotta get at least 3 of those. Get a result. All losses, that's bad. That's bad. And I'm not indicting Ten Hag. This isn't any form of judgment, but I'm just noticing certain things.
It's perception, right? Ragnick came in there and shook things up, telling management they suck. Ten Hag just bring my guys. That's all he asked for. You didn't tell anybody they suck. You told the players they suck. That's it.
This is why I brought it up before when Ten Hag initially signed for United. How do we judge him? And I want to ask everybody in our Discord or any United fan listening to this, message us and let me know, how do you judge Ten Hag this season or going forward? Because what are we doing? Is it a process or is it current? Are we going for instant success? Because I'm actually confused right now how we judge United as a whole.
It's undeniable that they aesthetically look better on the field. That's undeniable from last year to this season.
Sometimes they have periods, don't forget the beginning of the season, they were poor.
I hear that, but
right now they're kind of
a little adjustment period. He had it, and now he's in 4th place, which is what was the expectation. No,
but okay, this is why I ask you this, Lee, because if they finish out of top 4, are we going to judge him based off that? Are we going to say it's a bad season for United, or did he deserve? It was
a first season.
Because technically it's only his first season, so this is why I keep asking the question.
If it's his first season and he gets top 4, he won the Carabao Cup. That's a pretty good season.
But what if they don't finish top 4 with a trophy?
That's a failure because that wasn't the expectation last season. The expectation was to.
I don't think that's a failure either, bro.
That's why I'm confused. Everyone's all over.
No. He spent over 200 million.
No, let me explain. We're asking managers that are coming in their first season to take a team that's in the top 6 into the top 4. You're expecting.
Why is that far-fetched?
Why is that crazy?
Far-fetched because teams like City are well into their process. Liverpool, who are playing bad, are well into their process. I'm saying expectation.
You can't look at other people when you're making your expectations like that. Come on, man. You have to say this.
Not everybody wins the league. Not everybody makes top 4. Right? You have to do this.
No. Not everybody wins the league. but 3 other teams make top 4.
Mo, they had a devastating season. They had a devastating season last year, and they were right outside the top 4. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me not, right? I'm saying you have teams that weren't starting new projects, that had their established managers coming into the year, right? And you're telling me United, who didn't finish top 4, you're going to hire a new coach and expect him right away off the first season to go top 4?
Yes.
There's no way.
The infrastructure is there.
At least at the beginning of the season, everybody had their established managers. City had Pep, Liverpool had Klopp, Arsenal still had Arteta, we still had Tuchel, Conte was flying. Those are 5 out of the top 6 that you're expecting still to play well at the beginning of the season when you hired him. So your expectation at the beginning of the season shouldn't be he has to make top 4.
Well, Mo, the one thing I say you're very integrable about is your consistency when it comes to coaches and giving them time. So I respect that. But what all this tells me is that what you're saying is true for everybody but 2 coaches, Mourinho and Pep. I'm just making this a side point, but Mourinho and Pep never ever get this luxury. Never.
They're the best of the best.
They're the best of the best. But I don't know. It was just a point that I noticed. But Mourinho will never ever get this luxury a day in his life.
In Roma right now.
No,
he's getting that luxury right now in Roma
because he joined a team that was like terrible. He got them to their first trophy, so that bought him time until the next time they can't wait to crucify him again. That's what's happening.
They don't ever fire him, bro.
Mo, you're admitting that he spent $250 million and handpicked who he wanted for this squad. Like, not a lot of managers get to do that in the first year. Pep didn't even do that.
Spend money. But we're acting like every manager hasn't spent money just last season.
Not when they take over a team.
City actually didn't spend much last season. Liverpool spent over 100 mil.
I hear you. I'm talking about when his first year in a manager's first season. It's so rare to say, hey, here's $250 million.
Wait, Potter.
250 million. He spent 250. Potter wasn't there for the summer. He spent 250.
Even worse.
Relatively, it wasn't like he outspent everybody like that. No, relatively, it was more the people, but it wasn't insane.
It was
final question. Final question. Mo, do you think Arsenal's last season, finishing 5th after spending most in Europe, was it a failure or success last season?
Last season? I thought that was fine for you guys.
5th place?
Last season, I didn't say 5th was a failure for you guys.
Me and Ace did, though.
Okay. All right. Let's move on. Let's talk City and Pool. Very big performance from Man City. Congrats.
You guys
8 points behind, though. But
yeah. You guys missed the days when this actually used to be like a really good game.
I know, right?
We ran them out of the park.
Yeah, man, the rivalry. What happened to the rivalry, man?
Yeah.
The dynasties clashing.
They kept talking about this dynasty.
Yin and yang. Damn, man. Those are good days.
No, those have been great games.
So short-lived.
Those are good days, man.
Classical. But yeah, I don't even want to talk about the game right now. I want to, honestly, this whole episode is going to be talking about managers, and we're going to move on to the next manager, Jurgen Klopp. What do you guys think? Because at this point, we got to start judging him, right? It's 29 games in.
I watched the game. Honestly, I watched the game.
I'm tired of it, but
of course, it's a manager's job to motivate players and to, get them going for a big game such as this. And we've seen like them get up for big games, but lose to Bournemouth or whatever. But the performance they had was shocking. There was nothing wrong with the way they set up. There was nothing wrong with the tactics they had. They had Gakpo in the middle, who's like semi-flying. They had Mo Salah, who always scores on us. The midfield was whatever, but, we had John Stones in the midfield. So,
I need to talk about it. Go on.
So it wasn't like they were going to be like overmatched or like, outballed and they weren't going to touch the ball. Like, it was shocking, their level of effort. And even like they scored first. And as soon as we tied the game, it was just dead. The game was over. Like, the game was over.
No response.
Head down, no response, nothing. There's a lot of people you could talk about, but I don't know how much that's on Klopp, though.
No, but you see, hold on. Come back to that. How is it not on Klopp when you just scored a goal, conceded a goal, and the whole team is the head down after that? That has to be a mentality thing, no? Because we haven't seen that in the past at Liverpool.
It's a professional players,
same group of players. Maybe 1 or 2 additionals of Gakpo and here and there. But
I already tried to blame Klopp 4 months ago, and you were defending
I was
him.
defending. I know. But I like to point fingers now, and I think the fingers need to be pointed at the guy running the club.
He's not he's not who he thought he was, bro. He's not who he thought he was.
Top tier. Don't get it twisted. But like you can't finish in a Champions League final, win 2 trophies last season. 1 or 2 points behind Man City last time. 90 plus points, and then be here.
Game's the game.
Bro, it's a little too much acceptance of how bad they were.
Bro, I'll be real, bro. That team, you can watch the game, they didn't go for 50-50s. They didn't. Like, City won every single 50-50.
Yeah.
And I guess that is partly the manager's fault for maybe not motivating them. But at the same time, I think something we need to talk about is Van Dijk. He has to be talked about.
Come to the stage.
Bro, Marco Van Basten and Rugal talk about, he's not a leader. He's not. He doesn't yell. He doesn't say anything. He just keeps quiet and keeps it pushing. And they're saying, as a center back, as a leader of this team, where are you? How many games he's been playing in where they just look dead? Nobody's fighting. And you don't see Van Dijk say anything. Head down. Can I say something really weird?
Can I say something really weird? Like,
I need to respond to this.
I've never even seen Van Dijk like do like a harsh tackle to like set the tone or something. I've never seen that.
No.
Like, is he above
When was the last time he got a yellow card?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I've never seen
that show, but like, the yellow card, like a Casemiro yellow card.
Like, let me just like, hey, make sure that this guy doesn't run through the middle again.
Yeah.
Ace, what did I tell you a couple of weeks ago when we played Sunday League? As a defender, for you to perform at your best, to look your best, everyone else around you have to be at their best. It's not an individual game when you're playing defense. You can't be as best and still concede 4. Everyone else has to be great around you to be great. That's football.
The question is,
everyone around you has to be great for yourself to be great. I'm sorry, you guys are just no, bro. You guys just pickpointing the easiest target. The best player on the pitch. Technically,
hold on.
Last season, hold up.
After you're correct.
After 1 second, Ace said last season, this team is full of leaders. It's not like Man City where Pep was a leader. This is a team full of leaders. Where's that leadership? Why isn't that finger being pointed all around?
No, Arf. But the way I look at it is, like for Van Dijk, it's like, are you the domino that starts the movement? Or are you just one of the dominoes in the middle? Are you going to be the leader that sets the tone? Are you going to wait for somebody else to lead? And then once other people start leading, you're there.
I agree with that. No, you definitely set the tone.
And this same criticism can be applied to Henderson. The only difference is Henderson is ass. Like he's just not good. Respectfully, he's just not that good. He's just not that good. But all I'm saying is the leadership has to start from somewhere, and if it's not coming from anybody else, it has to be you. I'm not the only leader I see on that pitch is Allison, and what can he do?
I'm running it back.
What can he do?
I'm all the way back. I'm wheeling it all the way back.
Spin it.
You said Van Dijk is better than players in the past like John Terry.
No, I want to.
Would you see John Terry?
Would you see that happen?
No, read it back. You said he's one of the best center backs that have ever been in the Premier League.
But you guys are trying to dilute this conversation. I want to talk about Virgil Van Dijk and not about players in the past. I want to talk about the best players
ever in the Premier League. Is he one of the best players ever in the Premier League?
Objection.
Yes, he was. But I want to go back to talking about Liverpool this season.
Why is this allowed to happen? Why is this allowed to happen then?
You telling me John Terry never had bad seasons?
You're still keeping it up the comparison, Arf?
No, but he's the one bringing it up. You're doing the comparison. You telling me John Terry never had bad seasons?
Bro, you said he's top 5. Top 5 ever, Premier League.
I said John Terry and him are not far off. I said they're not far off. You put them in a big gap between each other. I get it. John Terry was great for a long period of time.
Where he at? Top 5. Forget John Terry. He's top 5, right? He's top 5.
Why are we changing the combo? I want to talk about
Would you ever let Tony Adams do this? Would you ever let Tony Adams do this?
Bro, I haven't even watched him in my life.
Yes, Arf.
I would. No, to answer that, I would.
That's on record.
Please.
Huh? Honesty. All right, Arf, go back to your point. Go back to your point.
You've cooked Mustafi for less.
No
cap.
You've cooked Mustafi for less.
Not every day, Arsenal Mo. Let's talk about Liverpool, bro.
Where's your rebuttal?
Yes, I did. And I wanted to bring up Mo's point earlier because, and this is coming from a biased perspective, everybody was not working hard. You said no one was going for 50-50s. I watched that game. Sadly, I didn't watch it at the time.
And Van Dijk's one of them.
7:30 in the morning. That's not happening. He's one of them. But as a defender, guys, speaking from one a defender, when you see everybody else is doing that, the hell am I putting my body on the line? When I just came back from ACL injury, and everyone's
not about you. It's not about you. It's not about you.
Your midfield is not going to 50-50s. Your front three is being lazy as hell. Your right back is just watching the game play as it is. Come on, bro. I don't like the scapegoat culture. I'm done.
You're not Van Dijk. You're not Van Dijk. It's not about you.
I might be the Sunday League Van Dijk.
Let's talk about games.
RF, respect here. Sunday League Saliba. Sunday League Saliba.
And I've been saying it for like 2 years. He shies away from tackles. And people praised him.
Post injury, I agree.
He's so smart. Before injury too.
No,
we
don't agree.
We as a podcast gave an excuse saying maybe it's the World Cup. Maybe it's just he doesn't want to get injured for the World Cup. World Cup's over, bro. Like where have you been? Where's your aggression?
No, the final point from me. I'm just saying I'm not defending Van Dijk as his season's been poor, but I just want you guys to look as a team as a whole because the whole team has been shit. I don't think it's fair to pinpoint one guy because every time we talk about a bad Liverpool game, you and Mo Ali, you've been not on the podcast too long. Mo and Ace for 2 years always bring up Van Dijk every time. It's always Van Dijk. It's not Thiago. It's not Henderson. It's not Salah. It's not anyone else.
Listen, Arf. You said Messi's the GOAT, so he should be criticized the most because he's the best player on that team.
Oh, yeah, I said that. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So how come we can't take that same method of thinking and apply it to Van Dijk? He's the best center back on that team. He's one of the best players on that team. He's top 1, top 2. So why can't we be equal, Arf? Come on, man.
You got me. Move on. You got me. No,
wrap him up.
But Van Dijk is not the GOAT, okay? So then no one's saying he's the GOAT.
No,
okay? Just relax.
Don't pick it apart.
He gets a lot of criticism.
Don't pick it apart.
Yeah, so breaking news, Liban's muted for a reason because apparently there's a smoke alarm going off in his house right now. He's laughing in the background, just muted.
Yo, you know they're right now they're frying Sambusi right now, bro. They got the butter and Sambusi going in the fryer. The cloth.
I missed that when you shake the thing, or whatever.
No, but on that note, though, shout out to all the players fasting, man. Shout out to all the players fasting in the whole month.
Shout out to the Prem, and shout out to even Chelsea. I don't know if you saw the Prem. They said that they're gonna take breaks if they're breaking their fast.
Yeah, during the
and then Chelsea also had like an open iftar.
Yeah, that was dope. That was dope. All
right, let's move on. Let's go to Discord questions. We got a few of them, so we'll go by them quickly. First question from Jay. If Liverpool finish outside the top 5, is Klopp era over?
We're convinced like the fans and everybody that they're a small team. So they're like, they're just happy to have a manager of that stature. They're not, bro, and their manager's like in and out of, are we selling? Are we staying? Are we selling? They're not worried about him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What was me?
Hypothetically speaking, say Liverpool sacked Klopp, who do you think is ideally replaceable? Like Jay brought up a couple of names, Klopp to PSG. Well, he said Nagelsmann, Company, Luis Enrique, Pochettino.
Luis Enrique. He's the one and only answer.
That's the one that stands out, yeah.
I don't know why Chelsea didn't get him. I have no idea why. No idea. Imagine he makes a custom front three with all Chelsea's attackers. Come on, man.
It's gonna be tiki-taka football.
Next, Guardiola football. All right, next question. Does Liverpool still have a chance at top 4?
I mean, yeah.
If United bottle it. I don't think Newcastle are gonna bottle.
Yo, Brighton still have a lot of games in hand. They could end up finishing top 4 too, bro. Bro, take this in. Brighton at 26 games, 43 points. If they win all their games in hand, they're at 3rd.
But I don't think United are gonna drop that far, and I think they still have to kind of. Tottenham, I don't think is dropping that far either. If anybody sneaks in, I think it's Newcastle.
I think Newcastle walking.
Yeah, I don't think sneaking.
I don't think they're sneaking in.
Yeah, I agree with that. But Brighton, low key, you never know. Last and final question is from Fredgar Davids. He sent a tweet to us. A picture
Fredgar
of
Davids is cold. Fredgar Davids is a cold name.
Anyway, it was a picture of Ronaldo with the Champions League trophy. He said, if Poch benched him in the final like he should have, thoughts might be a revisionist history. So I think he's just trying to put Harry Kane in a different scenario in another team. You think he would have
No.
Cristiano
He's saying
Ronaldo like
in that Champions League final against Liverpool, because Kane came back injured, if he was benched like he should have been, just like how Ronaldo didn't play the final in Europe.
Oh, that's what he meant. Okay.
Just like Portugal won, Tottenham would have won the Champions League.
I thought he meant the other way.
But nah, though. Kane wouldn't be looked at the way Ronaldo is just because he didn't win as many trophies. Ronaldo was integral in like a lot of finals. It's just not the same.
We're going to end it off there. Lee, make sure you go eat your iftar. I don't know, by the way, how Brockton has a half hour earlier than us. We got to talk about that. Different iftar time. Different East Coast you got. But God, I don't know, bro. I don't know. But anyways, we're going to end it off there. I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.